Listen quietly, because I am speaking to you in a place deeper than sound, deeper than thought, deeper than fear itself. I know why your heart has been restless. I know why you keep replaying the same questions, the same memories, the same moments where love felt close but never fully reached you. I know why you wonder if what you felt was real or only something you imagined because it never arrived the way you hoped it would. I want you to hear this clearly, not with suspicion, not with doubt, but with the part of you that still believes in truth even after disappointment. His love for you is real. It was never fake. It was never a game. It was never an illusion created by loneliness. But his fear is loud, and fear has a voice that often drowns out love when a heart is unhealed. I saw the way his eyes softened when your name crossed his mind. I saw the pauses in his voice when he spoke about you, the hesitation that revealed more than his words ever did. I saw how he wanted to move toward you and yet felt himself pulled back by invisible chains he never taught himself how to break. You were not imagining the connection. You were not wrong for feeling chosen, seen, understood. That was real. What you felt was real because I do not allow hearts to resonate deeply for no reason. But love does not always arrive in courage. Sometimes love arrives in fear, trembling. Unsure, unprepared to become what it must be to stay. I need you to understand something sacred about yourself. You did not lose because you were not enough. You did not wait because you were not worthy. You did not feel confused because you misunderstood the signs. The confusion came because love was present, but readiness was not. And readiness cannot be forced, prayed into existence for another person, or earned by patience alone. A heart must choose to step out of fear, and no one can do that choice for them. I saw the nights you wondered if you should hold on or finally let go. I saw you reread messages, replay conversations, analyze silences. I saw you blame yourself for not being more. Softer, quieter, stronger, different. And all the while, I was whispering to you that you were already enough, even in the waiting, even in the not knowing. You were never asking for too much. You were only asking the wrong person to give what they were afraid to release. Fear is loud. Fear speaks in delays, excuses, half-commitments, and mixed signals. Fear says not now even when love says this is right. Fear clings to familiarity, to comfort, to situations that feel safe even when they are empty. Fear makes a person stay where they are known rather than step into something that would require growth, risk, and surrender. And I need you to hear this with gentleness. His fear was never a reflection of your value. It was a reflection of the war within him. I saw the moments he almost chose you. I saw the internal battles you never witnessed, the weight of past wounds, the fear of repeating old failures, the terror of losing control. I saw how close he came to stepping forward before retreating again into what felt safer. And I also saw how each retreat cost you a little more of your peace. Love should not require you to shrink, to doubt yourself, to sit in constant uncertainty. Love should expand you, steady you, make room for hope without fear of collapse. That is why I am speaking to you now. Not to reopen wounds, but to bring clarity where confusion once lived. His love for you was real. But it was not free. It was bound by fear, by unresolved pain, by attachments he was not ready to release. And love that is chained cannot build the future your soul longs for. I did not create you to be someone's almost, someone's secret, someone's option while they hide behind hesitation. I created you to be chosen openly, confidently, without trembling. I know you tried to be patient. I know you told yourself that love takes time, that understanding means waiting, that loyalty means staying even when your heart feels tired. But there is a difference between patience and self-abandonment. I never asked you to disappear to keep someone else comfortable. I never asked you to dim your light so someone else could avoid facing their shadows. And every time you felt that quiet ache in your chest, that was not weakness. That was your spirit recognizing misalignment. Do not mistake fear's loudness for love's absence. Love was there, but fear stood in front of it like a wall. And walls do not fall because someone waits long enough on the other side. Walls fall only when the one hiding behind them decides to come out. You could have waited years and still ended up in the same place if fear remained unchallenged. That is not the future I want for you. I am not asking you to hate him. I am not asking you to erase what was real. You do not need to rewrite history to move forward. You can honor the love that existed without sacrificing your future to it. You can acknowledge the connection without chaining yourself to its limitations. Healing does not mean pretending it didn't matter. Healing means understanding why it couldn't last and choosing yourself anyway. I see the strength in you that you sometimes overlook. I see how deeply you love, how sincerely you hope, how bravely you stay open even after disappointment. That is not weakness. That is rare courage. But courage must be protected, not continuously tested by someone who cannot meet you with the same bravery. I am calling you into a season where your love is met with clarity, not confusion, with action, not avoidance, with peace, not constant wondering. There will come a time when you look back and realize that what felt like rejection was actually redirection. You will see that I was gently removing you from a situation that would have kept you emotionally waiting while life passed by. You will understand that I was not withholding love from you, but preserving you for a love that does not tremble at commitment. A love that does not hide behind fear. A love that does not need constant reassurance to stay. Do not rush your healing. Do not shame yourself for still feeling something. Love does not vanish on command. But do not confuse lingering feelings with a sign to return. Sometimes feelings are simply echoes, reminders of what once was, not instructions for what should be. I am teaching you discernment, not hardness. I am leading you toward peace, not bitterness. There is someone who will love you without making you question your place. Someone whose actions will speak louder than their fears. Someone who does not see commitment as a threat but as a gift. You will not have to decode their intentions or guess their heart. You will feel safe, chosen, steady. And when that love arrives, you will realize how much strength it took to let go of what was almost right. Until then, rest. Stop replaying conversations that will never give you new answers. Stop asking yourself what you could have done differently. The truth is simple, even if it hurts. Love was present, but courage was missing. And you cannot build a future on potential that refuses to grow. I am with you in this letting go. I am with you in the quiet moments when memories surface unexpectedly. I am with you when your heart feels both relieved and sad at the same time. Nothing about this journey is wasted. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of confusion is shaping you into someone who will recognize healthy love when it appears. Trust me when I say this chapter is closing not because you failed, but because you are ready for more. Ready for honesty. Ready for reciprocity. Ready for a love that does not whisper and retreat, but stands firmly beside you. His love for you was real, yes. But my love for you is greater, and I will not allow fear. I want you to feel this deeply. The world may have tried to teach you that love is something you must chase, that it is earned by sacrifice, or proven by endurance. That is not the love I have for you. My love is not conditional on your waiting, your forgiving endlessly, or your shrinking yourself to fit someone else's comfort. My love is constant, unwavering, and unafraid. And because it is unafraid, I am calling you to step out of the shadows of fear that have kept your heart restless. Your heart has been patient, yes, but it has also been tested beyond its strength. I am asking you to trust that what you seek, steady, courageous, fearless love, exists for you, and it will meet you not in fragments. Not in hesitations, not in almosts, but in completeness. The loudness of his fear may have felt overwhelming, as if it defined the love you deserved. It did not. Fear can scream, can delay, can confuse, can hurt, but it is never the final word. You do not need to wait for someone to conquer their inner battles to validate your worth. Your worth does not hinge on his bravery. You are complete, full, and precious, even as you release the burden of waiting for someone who cannot yet step forward. I am teaching you that freedom begins the moment you stop defining your life by another's fear. The more you try to fill the gaps his fear has left, the more you are dimming the light I placed within you. You were never meant to hide. You were never meant to settle. You were never meant to accept half-hearted love as your reality. I see the moments when you convinced yourself that silence meant patience, that distance meant respect, that unanswered questions meant maturity. But I am revealing to you now, silence without clarity is not respect, distance without honesty is not protection, unanswered questions without action is not love. And yet, even in those voids, I have been present. I have been whispering to your spirit, reminding you that love does not abandon, does not hesitate, does not tremble in its commitment. I am preparing you for someone whose courage will match their heart, whose actions will reflect their intentions, whose love will never need to hide behind excuses or fear. Do not misunderstand, honoring what was real is sacred. The moments of connection, the tenderness you shared, the glimpses of vulnerability you witnessed, they were gifts. But gifts are not meant to imprison you in longing, they are meant to teach you what your heart is capable of receiving and what it deserves. You learned from him what it feels like to love deeply and to be met with hesitation. You learned what your soul can hold. And now, you are ready to claim a love that is not defined by trembling or uncertainty. I am calling you into self-trust. I am calling you to listen to your own heart above the echoes of someone else's fear. Your intuition has always been your compass, yet doubt has tried to override it. I am strengthening your discernment, your ability to recognize courage when it appears, to recognize love that is consistent and unafraid. The fear you once mistook for caution is now a lesson. It is a signpost directing you away from what limits you and toward what will expand you. I am teaching you that liberation is not about forcing someone else to love you fully. It is about embracing your own completeness and allowing only those who can match it to enter your life. Your healing is sacred. Every tear you have shed has been a cleansing, every moment of uncertainty has been a preparation, every whisper of hope has been a seed planted in your soul for a love that will bloom without hesitation. The path forward is not about chasing him, correcting him, or convincing him. It is about standing in your own light, walking with your own courage, and opening your arms to what is authentically meant for you. I am orchestrating encounters, timing, and moments that will align with your soul's deepest desires, not with the fears that once held you in place. I see the longing in you that still clings to what could have been. That longing is natural. It is human. But I am teaching you to transform longing into anticipation, not for someone uncertain, but for someone unwavering. I am teaching you that the ache you feel now is not a mark of failure, but the refining fire that prepares you for what is beyond your imagination. You are being readied for love that is courageous, love that speaks without trembling, love that honors the fullness of your heart without compromise. Hear this clearly. I am not calling you to close your heart. I am calling you to open it with discernment. I am not asking you to forget what was, but to let it serve as a lesson rather than a chain. I am not suggesting that love will be easier. It may challenge you more, but it will do so with honesty, clarity, and alignment. There is no trembling in the love I am preparing for you. There is no hesitation. There is no fear so loud that it can overshadow the depth, consistency, and beauty of what awaits you. You are ready for a love that does not need to apologize for existing. That does not vanish when circumstances feel uncomfortable, that does not make you question your place. You are ready for love that mirrors your courage, your devotion, your capacity to feel deeply. And when that love arrives, you will finally understand why the fear you witnessed before could never contain what was meant to come. That love will be a confirmation that waiting was never about proving yourself. It was about preparing for what is truly aligned with your soul. You have been strong beyond measure. You have endured the confusion, the silence, the hesitations, the almosts. You have loved when it was difficult to love, and yet you never abandoned your own heart. That is a strength most never realize they possess. I am magnifying that strength, cultivating it, protecting it. I am guiding you to the reality where fear no longer overshadows love, where hesitations no longer delay joy, where uncertainty no longer steals peace. You will walk forward with clarity, with courage, with unwavering trust in your own worth and in the love I have destined for you. I want you to feel the depth of this truth. Every moment of confusion you endured, every pause that left you wondering if love was real, was not wasted. Each instance was a teacher, a mirror reflecting not his fear, but your readiness, your strength, and your capacity for unwavering love. You were not left in the dark to suffer aimlessly. I have been present in the shadows, holding your spirit, reminding you of your own light when the world's uncertainty seemed too loud. I want you to know that the love he carried for you, though genuine, was imprisoned by his own limitations. It could not be released fully because his heart was not yet free. That does not diminish what was real. It does not erase the tenderness, the moments where connection blossomed briefly, nor the way your presence touched him deeply. But it does reveal a sacred principle: love can only be fully received when fear steps aside. Your heart may still ache from the hesitations, the delays, the words left unsaid, the actions never taken. That ache is natural, and it is holy, for it is proof that your heart has not settled for less than what it deserves. Do not silence that ache. Do not convince yourself that patience means endless waiting for someone who cannot yet step into their own courage. Instead, allow that ache to be transformed into clarity, into wisdom, into the gentle but firm understanding that your love is precious, and it is not meant to be diluted by someone's fear. Your love is a fire, and it deserves to meet another fire, not a shadow hiding from its own heat. I am calling you to release the weight of wondering what went wrong, what you could have done differently, or why he could not meet you fully. Those questions are tempting, I know, because your heart seeks closure and understanding. But the real truth is this: you are not responsible for someone else's fear. You cannot heal their hesitation, force their courage, or awaken their bravery. You can only honor your own heart, your own journey, and the love you are capable of giving freely without expectation or compromise. Freedom begins when you stop carrying someone else's unspoken fears as if they were your burden to bear. His fear was loud, yes, but it was never a reflection of your value. You are not less because he could not love without trembling. You are not incomplete because he hesitated. The loudness of his fear was simply the echo of wounds he had not yet healed, battles he had not yet faced, and shadows he had not yet confronted. And just as I guide you now, I was there all along, teaching you that true love is fearless, that true love meets you fully, that true love does not whisper promises it cannot keep. I am guiding you to a love that will never retreat, that will never waver, that will never make you question your place in someone's heart. I want you to embrace this sacred understanding: you are deserving of love that is constant, that is brave, that is unwavering. You are deserving of someone who will meet your heart without hesitation, who will honor your presence, who will walk beside you without retreating into fear. And that love is waiting for you. It is not a distant dream or a fleeting hope. It is real, and it is aligned with the depth of your soul. All that is required is your readiness to release what cannot sustain you, to let go of the love constrained by fear, and to open fully to the love that is free, fearless, and enduring. Do not mistake this moment for rejection. Do not see it as the end of your journey. This is a preparation, a purification, a clearing of space within your heart for what is truly aligned with your soul. Every tear you have shed, every night of restless longing, every moment of doubt and questioning has been a step toward clarity. Come closer now, because this is where the quiet truth settles into your soul. This is where the noise finally softens and you begin to understand why everything unfolded the way it did. I know there are moments when you still feel the weight of what might have been, when memory tries to convince you that if you had waited a little longer, loved a little harder, endured a little more, things would have changed. But hear me gently and clearly: what is meant for you does not require you to bleed in silence to earn it. What is meant for you does not ask you to carry fear that is not yours. What is meant for you meets you with peace, not perpetual uncertainty. I was never absent while you waited. I was not silent while you questioned yourself. I was not distant while you felt torn between hope and exhaustion. I was watching, guarding your heart even when you did not realize it. Every delay you experienced was not me withholding love, but me preventing you from settling for a love that could not stand upright beside you. You see only the ache of letting go, but I see the future that would have broken you had you stayed bound to fear. There are seasons when love teaches through presence, and seasons when love teaches through release. This was a season of release, not because love was false, but because it was incomplete. And incomplete love, if held on to too long, slowly teaches the heart to accept confusion as normal. I will never let confusion be your home. I will never allow fear to be the loudest voice guiding your decisions. I am leading you into a love that does not make you question your worth, your timing, or your place. You may still wonder why his fear was so loud if his love was real. It is because fear often grows in the same place love once lived but was wounded. Fear speaks when the heart remembers pain it has not healed. Fear protects itself by avoiding risk, even when risk is the doorway to joy. This does not make him cruel, and it does not make you foolish. It simply means your paths could not align without one of you losing yourselves. And I will always choose to preserve you. I am asking you now to forgive yourself for staying as long as you did. Forgive yourself for hoping. Forgive yourself for believing the good you saw. None of that was weakness. That was the purity of your heart. Do not harden it out of disappointment. Do not close it out of self-protection. Let it heal, let it breathe, let it trust again, this time with discernment, not fear. There will come a moment when love enters your life quietly but firmly, without chaos, without hesitation, without emotional guessing games. It will not rush you, and it will not retreat. It will not confuse silence with depth or distance with maturity. It will show up consistently. It will choose you openly. And when it does, you will feel something different, relief instead of anxiety, peace instead of tension, clarity instead of constant analysis. That is how you will know it is aligned with me. Do not compare that future love to the one that trembled. Do not measure it by intensity alone. Intensity can exist without stability, but true love carries both passion and peace. It steadies you. It anchors you. It allows you to rest without fear of disappearance. And you deserve that rest. I know letting go feels like loss right now. But one day, you will look back and realize you were not losing love, you were gaining yourself. You were reclaiming your joy, your confidence, your emotional freedom. You were stepping out of a pattern that asked you to wait endlessly and into a life that invites you to live fully. Trust me in this closing. Trust me even when your heart still feels tender. I am not finished with your story. I am not done surprising you. I am not done restoring what fear tried to steal. The love coming toward you will not be loud in fear, but strong in truth. It will not hesitate. It will not hide. It will stand. Rest now. Release what you cannot fix. Let the chapter end without guilt. I am holding what you let go of, and I am guiding what comes next. His love for you was real, yes, but the love I am leading you into is fearless. And it is worthy of your whole heart.